Alright, so let's begin by priming out the eyelids, and I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish lid primer, and I'm just going to put this all over the lid and blend it out and really put an even layer all over the eye. And then with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, I'm going to set it just so the eyeshadows can blend so nice. Now I'm going in with this shade in the bhCosmetics Carly Bybel Palette, and I'm applying most of the pigment in the outer corner and then blending it out into the crease and also a little bit above the crease. And I'm going into this shade in the Kathleenlights Morphe palette, and I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not bringing it as high as if I did with the first shade. And I do want most of the pigment to be in the outer corner, so that's where I first placed down my brush. And mixing these two shades, I'm gonna do the same exact thing I've been doing, but with these two colors I'm gonna keep it in the crease. I'm not gonna bring it above or below. I'm gonna try and keep it in the crease and really pack it on in the outer corner, just because I want the outer corner to be really dark, and this would also help you deepen out the crease way more than the other shades. Now just going back in with the first brush, I'm just going to blend all the hard edges out. Now going in with this color in the Kathleenlights Morphe palette, I'm going to apply this all over the lid, and this is going to act as a base just to line it up as well. And then again blending out the edges just so in case we got some of that light color into the crease. And then I'm going into the bhCosmetics palette, Carly Bybel Palette, and I'm going to take that shade and apply it all over the lid. Now I'm going into this highlight shade, and I'm going to apply this right in the center of the eyelid because I wanted that to pop out the most. And those two shades are very similar, just the highlight I think is a little bit brighter. And then again just blending it out, making sure nothing got into the crease and just making it perfect. So now moving on to the face, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Cover All primer, and I'm just going to put this right on the face, on both sides of my cheeks and my forehead, and then I'm going to go in with my hands and blend it out towards the rest of my face. I don't know how I feel about this primer. Like, I've used it by itself and it's good, but I don't know if it's really good, you know? I don't know. So next I'm going to take a little bit of my Professional Primer by Benefit and just apply it right over my cheeks because that's where I have most of my pores, and also on my nose because I have a big pore there. Then I'm going to take my True Match foundation by L'Oreal Paris and dot this all over my face. And then with the Beauty Blender, I'm just going to blend it all away. And I'm just fast forwarding through this because you guys have seen me blend my foundation so many times and it's always the same thing. And for concealer, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, apply this under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, also a little bit on my Cupid's bow, and on my chin. And now again with my Beauty Blender, I'm just going to blend this out. And then I'm going to take my Mega Glow Contour Palette from Wet n Wild. And this is in the shade Dulce de Leche. And I'm going to take the highlighting shade and just highlight and set all underneath the eyes and also everywhere else where we applied the concealer. Now, since we are definitely going to be sweating and this is a Coachella look and you're going to be jumping and partying and raving, so you definitely want to bake your makeup so it doesn't move at all. So I'm gonna bake where I tend to get oily the most, and that's under, like, in my T-zone. So I'm also gonna set underneath my eyes so it doesn't move, so my makeup doesn't move. So I'm gonna set underneath my eyes, my forehead, my chin, and also like right on my mustache because I tend to sweat there so much. And while that's baking, I'm gonna take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade 310 and set my foundation. And right after I'm done setting, I'm gonna take the contouring side of the Wet n Wild palette and contour the face, the cheekbones, and also like my forehead. And I'm also gonna contour my nose. And then I'm gonna take the Real Techniques foundation brush, which is very similar to this brush that I'm using to contour my nose, but it's just a lot bigger and thicker. And I really love to use that brush to blend out my nose contour. I think it gives you the best looking blended nose contour, if you know what I mean. So now I'm just gonna take away all the bakish that we have going on, and I'm gonna use the same brush that I use to set my foundation, just so I won't be looking so white, even though I still am. And I'm just gonna go back into the Kathleenlights palette, and I'm gonna use that very, very beautiful green shade in the palette, and I'm gonna put this all over the lower lash line. So this part I winged it so much, I didn't know what I was doing, but I loved how it came out anyways. So I'm just gonna do a straight line, kind of making my waterline straight, and I'm not gonna follow my waterline into the tear duct. I'm making it straight, and then I'm just gonna connect, and then I'm just gonna do the top one and follow the top one all the way down, kind of connecting. As you guys can see, I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm following the top one. I'm just going straight down to connect to the bottom line, if you guys know what I mean. I don't know, but you guys are seeing what I mean. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. You can just always use a concealer brush and some concealer and just fix it up. That's what I'm doing right here. The first one always comes out perfect, but the second one doesn't. And I also kind of use a concealer brush to make it a little more pointy, because the brush I was using, it wasn't pointy enough, and the one that I like to use to make my eyeliner really pointy was dirty, and I didn't feel like washing it. So a concealer brush definitely helps. Then we're gonna move on to the wing part. So here's like where I was sketching it out, thinking, do I want to do it or not? But I ended up doing it anyways. And I just did the outer part of the wing. I didn't bring it all the way into the lid. And I really kind of liked how that turned out. So first I did the wing part, and then I kind of connected it to the outer part of the lid. As you guys can see, I'm not bringing it all the way in, just the outer part. Once you have that, you're just gonna want to keep building that white. And once you have the whiteness that you desire, then you're just gonna go ahead and fill it in. So I'm gonna bronze using the Makeup Revolution Golden Days bronzer, vivid bronzer. It's called Baked Vivid Bronzer. And I'm just gonna bronze my cheeks and my forehead. Now moving on to blush, I'm going to use this shade in the bhCosmetics Nude Blush Palette and apply this all over my cheeks. And then my card got full, so then I just did my brows and my eyelashes off camera, which I just curled them and put some mascara. I'm gonna do my tie line and also put some eyeliner in my waterline. Now moving on to the lower lashes, I'm taking my Gray Lash Mascara by Maybelline and applying some of this all over my lower lashes. And then I'm going to move on to highlight, and I'm going to use the one and only Anastasia Nicole Guerriro Glow Kit. And I'm going to take Kitty Cat and apply all that. And apply this shade all over my cheekbones and also like on my temples and around my brows. And with my finger, I'm just applying it on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. Now for the fun part, I'm going to take this gorgeous jewel and some of the Too Faced glitter glue insurance. I'm gonna put it on the back and just rub it around and then press it into the middle of my forehead. You don't have to do the jewel if you don't want to, but I thought this was kind of like a cool idea and I really liked it, so I did it. Now moving on to stars, I'm gonna take a mixture of like big stars and little stars, and I'm gonna do the same thing I did to the jewel, just apply a little tiny bit, mix it around in the big stars. You don't have to mix it around or move it around, but I did for the big stars, but you don't have to. And I'm just gonna place this star. This is a silver star, so I'm gonna place that right at the tail of my brow, and then I'm gonna go in with the gold star and press it right underneath. So now with the little stars, I'm gonna just put a little tiny bit of glue on there and place the first one right next to like the wing, and then the second one's gonna go like diagonal to that one, I guess, and then kind of creating a triangle, and then the third one is gonna go right underneath both of them, as you guys can see where I'm placing them. Gonna go right there, and then we're gonna do the top two, and it's gonna be the same thing, placing it in a triangle shape. And I'm just gonna let you guys watch because I don't know how to explain. So this is how it looks, and I'm just gonna do the other side off camera, and this is how it looks, guys, all complete. So now I'm just gonna do another coat of mascara just so they can look more voluminous and bigger and bolder, and I really like that look. And then I'm gonna set my eyebrows using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And I want it to have like that feathery look, so I'm brushing my eyebrow hairs up, as you guys can see. Now for underneath the brow, I'm going to take this shade and highlight. This is a matte one, so I'm using this to highlight and just kind of define my brow a little bit more. And then with the other shade next to it, I'm going to highlight with this one. Give it a little glow, something, something, you know. For lips, I'm using the NYX Lingerie. I'm not sure what shade this is, but I will list it all down below. So next, I'm just going to set this makeup because you definitely don't want to remove, so you got to set it more. And I'm going to use the NYX Matte Setting Spray. And now for the final touch, I'm using this NYX Face and Body Glitters. And this is in the shade Teal. And I'm just putting this all over my hair and my buns and in like the middle cut and everywhere, and I really love this look. And that's it, you guys. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed yet, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.